Now we'll look ahead to what's going on this upcoming weekend. As we are filming this, is Wednesday, January 14th. So we got some games on Saturday, and we got a pair of games as well on Sunday. The first game that NFL fans will get to watch this upcoming weekend is Bills of Buffalo. They are traveling to Denver to play the one seed in the AFC, the Denver Broncos. I just want to, for this one, we'll give our opinions on it. We'll give our takes, say who's winning, kind of like how we did this past week. I'll start it off. Y'all know where I have the Bills in my bracket, and I'm not even a Bills fan like that. But I just feel like I said, I'm going off vibes here. I'm going Josh Allen. He's got to add something to that resume. You know what I mean? I think the Broncos have a phenomenal defense. I think Bo Nix is actually pretty clutch in certain situations, and he seems like somebody to me that actually would do pretty good in an NFL playoff game. I think he kind of has that mentality. We'll see if it holds up, but I'm going to say the Bills win this game here upcoming. Another slight victory. I think it's going to be another close playoff game. I'm not necessarily the biggest Broncos guy. I'm not really a huge believer in them, right? But I do think that defense is definitely good enough to keep them close if they can get some pressure on Josh Allen and force him to throw a couple of those F-it throws that he does, every time he's getting pressured, come up with a couple takeaways. And they have home field advantage as well. Denver fans get rowdy, man. They haven't been in a playoff game of this magnitude in a long time. So I'm going to go Bills by a slight victory, maybe between 3 to 7 points.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with what I kind of initially said, that whoever won that game, Jacksonville and Buffalo, I think they're going to win the NFC. So I'm riding with you. I think those winning. I feel a bit more gap than you. I think it's going to be like a 24-14 game. I'm not, and I'm not. The Broncos defense is incredible. I'm just not really sold on everything they got going on. So
Okay, Dom, quick question. Are you more sold on Jordan Love's potential than the Denver defense? Like in terms of you're not sold on the Denver defense, but you're sold on Jordan
no,
Love.
I am sold on I like the Denver defense. I'm not sold on the team overall.
Oh, okay, all right, bet. No, I get that standpoint. Then the offense definitely has question marks of his own. I
For
mean,
sure.
Bo Nix has had times where the only times he looked good in a game is in the fourth quarter. So
Many
I
times
think
this year.
I think the Broncos will win this game. I think it'll be a close game. The thing about Denver, yeah, they have a great defense. Their crowd always shows up. They always have great fans. Being a mile above sea level for a lot of people is an issue. Like, there's a lot of games where you look over and people have oxygen masks on because they're just not used to it. They're just not used to the elevation. They're just not used to playing that same level with the same level of intensity in that condition. So I think the Bills. I think it'll be a good game. I think Josh Allen will always keep a game interesting. Will always keep it entertaining and stuff like that. I just think the Broncos defense is going to be way more to reckon with than the Jags defense was. Just overall consistency, overall people. I mean, whoever you want to say the number one receiver is on the Bills is going to have zero catches against Pat Surtain. That's just how it is. So
We'll see, bro. Clock it. We'll see what happens. Khalil Shakir, Jerry's calling you out, bro. He's saying you get no
I'm not
catches
calling
this
it.
week.
Hey, I will never call out an NFL player. Don't do that, okay?
Nah, you
I'm
said
saying
you
Pat
said
Surtain.
no,
I'm saying
no.
Pat Surtain is gonna back up my words. I will never.
I'm pointing right at you, Jerry. You said the number one receiver on the Bills is getting no catches this week. Is that not a call out?
Okay. It is. It is in terms of me being a spectator. We all know how good Pat Surtain is. Now, what I can do with my own skills is lock up anybody on this podcast and hold y'all to zero catches for sure.
Jerry did
But
play football. I'm not even gonna say
NFL
whoa.
players, I don't know. Against y'all,
No, stop it. Not the. That's me on a go ball
finger
on
licking.
your head.
Nah, bro. Trust.
I'm just. I know you probably
Y'all
locked me
better
up,
go-
Jerry. I'm
y'all
gonna give
better
you a
go
little
find-
wiggle, bro. Stop.
Y'all
Quit
better
playing
go
with
find
my
out.
wiggle.
What wiggle? You gonna wiggle yourself out of a knee?
I got a little wiggle to me, you feel
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
know, bruh. Don't do that. Tell your ACL like half the NFL, bruh.
All right, so universally right now, so we said I got Bills, Dom's got Bills, Jerry. So you said you think Denver will keep it close, but who's your official pick? You think for the win this game?
Oh, Denver. I think Denver's gonna win close
You
too.
got
Like
Denver.
I'd say 24-20 or 24-17, one score game. Yeah.
Okay, so we all got different opinions on that one. I said I got Bills by a close victory. Jerry, there he's got Broncos by a close victory, and Dom said he thinks the Bills are going to kind of handle business. So we all got different opinions on this one. We'll see how that goes for that game. The next game on Saturday, 8 p.m., January 17th, it's going to be the Niners going into Seattle to play the Seahawks. That is, I think, the game I probably am most excited about. They've got to, it's a divisional round playoff game, and not only that, but they were divisional rivals throughout the year, battling for the 1 seed in the NFC. So I'm literally smiling right now, just thinking about it, man. Got me smiling. Seattle, they look great all year round. Sam Darnold's really, I have no complaints as to how Sam Darnold's been playing. He'll have a shot at redemption to shed kind of that bad taste out of his mouth from last playoff game that he got to play in on the Vikings. Um, this one is a hard pick 'em, man. These teams went at it all year long. I think whichever team you pick, I'm not going to die on that hill if I pick the opposite.
Yeah.
It really is a pick 'em game to me. I think in this game, if it was played on a neutral field, these dudes might go into 8 overtimes. I swear to you. I'm going to say in this one, off that home field advantage, Seattle's got the 12th man rolling. Sam Darnold's going to want to shed that negative narrative about him in the playoffs. And he going to be feeding JSN all day. I'm going to go Seahawks by a slight victory. I'm going to say this is another close one. I'm going to go Seahawks by a slight victory.
Now, I might contradict myself slightly, because in my bracket, I have Seattle winning, but my heart is telling me to pick the 49ers. And that is because I feel like this whole year, and I mean, we've said this multiple times, but they just keep finding a way to get it done.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I mean, there was a reason the last game they played, it was 13-3. I'll say I want the 49ers to win, but I think Seattle will. It seems like Seattle should pull this one. So I'm with you. I'll lean the Seahawks by a little bit.
This game can be very close. I don't think there's any team who's like supposed to win. If I'm being completely honest, like they both have incredible uh, assets about themselves. You know, the Niners again had Kyle Shanahan. CMC can lead you in any game. Like the a couple years ago, their wild card game when Brock Purdy got hurt, they literally did nothing else but run the ball with CMC the entire time. Like tried throwing it with him. So I think CMC, anytime you have him on the field, he's the best player on the field. But like the Steelers and Houston game last week, everything logically tells me that the Seahawks are going to win, that the Seahawks are going to be dominant. They just have no holes in their game. If Sam Darnold can be the perfect game manager, not turn the ball over, not give the 49ers extra opportunities to win, they should be good. Everything in my bones wants me to say that. The Niners just are, they're too scary, man. I think the Niners, and I just think of a dominant team. So I'm gonna take the Niners. I know they're gonna be underdogs. I'm gonna take the Niners in a close one. Everything in my bones tells me to take the Seattle Seahawks. So.
All right, I like that. Again, another game where we're all kind of a little bit split once again. Next game, it'll be the start of the Sunday games for the divisional round. It's going to be the Texans going into New England to play the Patriots. I'm going to say, I think the Texans. I'm going to take the Texans in this one, first of all. But I don't know if it's going to be they win by a little or if they win by a lot. I really don't know. And I think it goes as far as CJ Stroud goes. And that's what I said when we were recapping what happened last week. All the Texans really need to do is play, like, even, like, just play like a top 15 offense. And I think that team has the potential to win the Super Bowl if they can just do that. And it's going to be a little bit tougher this week. Nico Collins got hurt. I think nobody knows if he's going to play yet or not. I wasn't sure if I looked at the practice reports yet, but he's been dealing with issues all year. And then in this game, I think he almost got concussed again. And it's
He
still
did
kind
get concussed.
of up in the air whether he's going to play this week or not. If Nico Collins isn't playing, that's a huge loss. We've seen this team do well this year without the receiver Nico Collins is and how dominant he can be. But that was when C.J. Stroud wasn't actually playing quarterback. That was when Davis Mills was in there. So I'm going to say if Nico Collins isn't playing, the Texans got a tough road ahead. Then I might take the Patriots if he's not playing. If Nico is playing, they really, really, really need him if C.J. Stroud continues to play the way he's been playing. But for all intensive purposes, I'm going to go with the Texans because of that defense and how dominant they looked last week and how dominant they've looked all season. The one thing I will say, too, it's kind of tough because Drake May did have the highest quarterback rating when pressured this season. He led the league in completions. He led the league in passer rating. He led the league in percentage. So Drake May is still very, very good under pressure. The Texans are going to have to shock him, get pressure early and often, and keep it up. And like I said, I'm going to go the Texans.
It's been fuck the Patriots all season for me, and I'm going to it's fuck the Patriots. I am Texans here. That defense is just too insane. I think that they're going to give Drake May maybe a little bit of a welcome to the NFL moment. I don't know if he's really had that moment yet, but it might be this upcoming Sunday where he has that moment like, man, this ain't as fun as I thought it was. But that Texans defense is incredible, and like we said, if the offense can just put things together, and I think Stroud will get it together enough to where they can win this football game. So I'll take the Texans by like 7.
When you said Drake too was welcome to the NFL moment, dude, I might shit my pants if I saw Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter coming at me from both sides at the same time.
Exactly.
I might have to go back to the locker room and go change.
You know what you do? You say that ground looking a little comfy. Let me just lay here real quick so I ain't gotta be put here.
Like how Daniil Hunter is just a beast of a human being. The way he looks, he's so nonchalant, so calm, but he's built like like Hog Rider on the football field. You know what I mean? And you got Will Anderson, just perfect combination of size, speed, athleticism, and then you got in the corners, you got Stingley back there locking up on top of that, and he's only got a guard for 2 seconds. Like, that's just scary, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you have Stingley, you have Saberstill, you have Petrie in your secondary, and then you have 2 edge rushers who's not going to give the quarterback more than 3 seconds to throw the ball. Now, I do understand that. I do understand all of the Texans, I've seen the best of the Texans a week ago. I fully understand how good of a team they are. The Patriots will look way better than the Steelers did. The offense is going to look much better. It's going to be way more productive. I think, of course, the Texans are going to have their times on defense where it's just, nothing, they can do no wrong. They're going to get stops and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be similar to the game last week the Patriots had. Something like a 20-16, 14-17 maybe. But I think the Patriots can honestly clear this one. Travion Henderson, too good of a running back. I mean, you get past the edge rushers and you got a good shot at getting there. Travion Henderson can take the top off of any defense. And then, of course, the Patriots defense is nothing to sneeze at either, especially Christian Gonzalez. Like you said, if Nico's out, Christian Gonzalez is definitely going to target Christian Kirk. And if you ain't got Christian Kirk after what he just did, and you ain't got Nico Collins, you don't have an offense, if I'm being completely honest. So I just think that
Woody Marks just gassed y'all for 120. What you talking about?
We also don't have the best run defense. And if you think that Woody Marks is going to be able to run the ball for 4 quarters consistently, I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey, me personally, I like Woody Marks. I'm not calling it. I like Woody Marks. I think he's a solid player.
I'm not saying he's a bad player whatsoever. I just think
He's still sorry. He's still sorry.
Woody Marks is shitty.
Bro, dog, you just picked the Texans, did you not?
I did, but he's still shitty. I don't care. He's still ass.
Listen, I might be biased. This guy right here, his mind's made up. He's not
it's
shitty
just
whatsoever.
it's just common logic. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. We say dudes are ass all day long, like all day long.
Yeah,
I
no,
know Tom
like
doesn't think Woody Marks is shitty.
we all know, and we hope all the audience that
if
watches
Woody,
this knows.
if Woody,
We know how good we are compared to NFL like players. NFL players got it. Don't get me wrong,
Jerry,
but
everybody knows it's. I think it's fun.
bro, I'll beat Woody Marks
duh.
in the hole. What are you talking? I'll meet him down the gut. He better come hard when he's running at me, bro, or he's gonna get laid out.
Woody Marks is making
Yeah,
you look like you're a geriatric, unfed, anorexic
but you
person.
tackling Woody Marks is like a DB tackling Derrick Henry, bro. He's gonna give you a mean stiff
Worse,
arm and push your
way
face to the
worse.
ground.
I'm literally gonna grab him by his legs and slam him on the.
Right, bro, right. Yeah, for sure.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Gabe, I need a meme of like Denzel Washington or
Dude,
something.
Woody
He's
Marks
going like,
catch whiff of this, and he's gonna beat my ass,
You
bro.
better not let
bro,
Woody Marks, bro. If you see this, I need to see the ones right
I'm
now.
sending
I'll,
this to
I'll pay
Woody
you to
Marks.
get this
Hell
man.
yeah.
We gonna send this to Woody Marks. We gonna make sure he get it.
And then for the last game that we got this week, two of the best, I'd honestly say not even two of the best, the two best offensive minds in the NFL going at it with the squads that they have. Rams versus Bears, Stafford versus Caleb Williams, Sean McVay versus Ben Johnson. I'm really excited for that game. I think a lot of points are going to be scored in that football game. Like we said, the Rams secondary is a little bit suspect. Unless they, they're going to have. I know the Rams secondary is probably getting burned at practice right now, running hella suicides as we speak at this very moment. Because if they do that same thing that they just did to the Panthers, to the Chicago Bears, the Rams ain't winning that football game. Um, I said I have the Rams my Super Bowl champions. So we know I'm going to pick the Rams, right? But at the same time, this is another one I see being incredibly close. The Bears have been super great in these, close games all season long. I swear, if the Bears just played like how they play in the last 6 minutes of a football game for the entire game, they'd be undefeated. Undefeated, never lost. Um, I personally see this being a high scoring football game. Rams and Bears go back and forth. It's really going to be a battle of the offensive minds here. We'll see if that holds up. But that's my take, and I'm going to say the Rams win by a touchdown or so. I think it's going to be another close matchup here, but I'll take the Rams.
Yes, I am also going Rams, mostly just because, like you said, we haven't really seen a full 4 quarters of Chicago football of them just playing their best ball. So I don't know if it's going to change this week or not. If it does change, then my opinion might change to say the Bears will win that. But yeah, I think the Rams just have too many offensive weapons, and they have the MVP. So I got the Rams by 7-10. But yeah, I agree. I think it'll be a high scoring game for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I don't disagree with you guys on the high scoring game standpoint. Both of these defenses are, I won't say opportunistic. Chicago's more opportunistic. The Rams are, you go as far as your front four and your front seven takes you. So I think the defenses are gonna, get stops here and there, but they're not gonna be obviously reasons why the teams win the game. It's gonna be Caleb against Matt Stafford, and to be honest with you, if that's the case, as long as Stafford doesn't throw 2 to 3 picks in this game, I think the Rams win by at least 10. And I hate the double digit, outcomes. I hate predicting those, and I hate when they're predicted. But the thing about the Rams is their offense, when they're on, there is nothing they can do wrong. They have
For
Kyron
real.
Williams, an excellent running back. And then when he gets tired, Blake Corum's going to be the exact same type of running back that Kyron Williams is. Not as good, but the exact same. Your offense is
He
not
damn
going to
near
change.
might be better. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not. I kind of agree with Gabe. I'm not gonna lie.
When Blake Corum gets touches, he
All right.
be going crazy, bro.
I
All
think
of a sudden, we like Michigan players now, huh? All of a
Okay,
sudden,
bro.
you
Okay,
just
bro.
making great
Okay,
matchups.
bro.
Like, get man, what? So no, I'm playing. No, I see you guys' point, but I mean, like Kyron Williams had a great year, so I won't go that far. But obviously, two serviceable backs who can, bring it in, bring into a game, and they can make plays. You obviously have Devontae Adams on one side, Puka on the other. For some reason, Stafford likes his tight ends, so you can never really count out whoever tight ends on the field. And I think that would just be too much for the Bears to handle. They don't have the personnel to match up. They don't have the defensive personnel to match up with LA's offensive personnel. They do have the personnel to match up against their defense, though, which is something. Caleb Williams will have to go off and have to win the shootout this game. He's not going to win something where he's going to come back and have a great comeback and have a great story. If you're down 14-17 to the Rams, I think you're good.
And hey, well, Panthers almost proved that theory wrong this last week, being down 14-0. But I think based on what you're saying too, I mean, it completely adds up, right? I think both defenses just aren't going to be able to guard the personnel that they got on the other side that they're looking at. Man, I don't trust the Rams corners to guard, and I feel like the Bears to really get enough pressure either to really get Matthew Stafford uncomfortable. So we'll see how that game goes. I'm expecting a high scoring game there.